Uh, uh, oh my goodness. It's time to get back to Sekiro. Against my will, again, as always. The VOD watchers will have no idea about this, but I did try streaming art yesterday. The reason there's not a VOD of that in like chronological order on the channel is because my Wi-Fi decided that I actually wasn't streaming art yesterday. So that's neat.
Nar.
No, Stealth, do you want to know literally what I was about to say? I'm not even joking. Do you know what I was going to say after I finished that sentence?
And now for our special guest, Freaky Fred.
No, never mention his name in this place again. If I beat a major boss in Sekiro today and we lose it because of Freaky Fred, I will ban you from every stream I have the power to do so in. Anyway, I was gonna say,
Do it, you won't.
I will. I was going to say that fucking I had a delightful conversation with my good friend Stealth yesterday, but you know, obviously got a little cut short thanks
Oh
to
no.
Wi-Fi issues.
The whole part about Riku being less annoying Sasuke is not gonna make it in.
I mean, we could just talk about it here. The nicest thing anyone's ever said about Riku being, you know, more bearable Sasuke. So, Riku, honestly, this is what I'm saying, okay? Like, give credit where credit's due to Kingdom Hearts. Its main character isn't a good character. Everyone else is, and everyone else should love the rest of the cast. Literally, fucking, Stealth. I have awful news. The connection to Sekiro servers was cut offline. We have to play in offline mode now.
Oh no,
Oh
whatever shall you
no!
do?
I know, honestly. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't think that's a hot take necessarily. It might be a hot take to say that's a good thing. I think it's fun. I think it's fun to enjoy the other characters outside of the person you're playing in those games.
Well, I think generally, like, Riku's probably the only interesting character out of the initial three.
That's fair. I mean,
But
if you read the manga, which honestly
I did not.
I would recommend it because, like, for example, I've read all the 365 manga, and it is basically just a slice of life anime at that point, which is kind of incredible. But like,
Huh.
Kyrie gets a lot of person like, and it's what I was saying because we had that. I don't know if you participated, but we had that heated conversation about Ocarina of Time Zelda and Link from Ocarina of Time. But
Oh,
but
yeah, I remember watching that and being
yeah.
like, what the hell is happening?
But I'm just saying, I think like that's what you can do with Kyrie in Kingdom Hearts, where in game, a lot of personality, no, but like if you kind of read the manga and be like, okay, so this was happening just off screen and stuff like that, then she becomes a much more personable and likable character.
So is the manga canon?
I mean, it's like, you know, it's canon adjacent. There's not much that would be like, there's not much in it that makes it so that you can't just be like, yeah, this happens. There, besides like slightly different interpretations of events that definitely happen in game, then, you know, it's basically just Kingdom Hearts. So that's what I'm saying, you know? It is basically just the games. So, easy peasy. Okay. So, if you weren't here last time, Stealth, if you weren't here last time, we got done fighting the monk, which probably took much longer than it should have, and I was about to warp back to Kuro because I'm pretty sure we have all the ingredients we need for the drugs, only to find out that for some reason the warp has been disabled. So I'm just gonna walk on back there. But I decided to just step by Senpo Temple real quick. You know, maybe offer a prayer to Buddha. I don't know if that's how Buddhism works. And just in general have a good vibe, avoiding deadly monks. Before I go see my boy, and we mayhaps finish this journey. So definitely no ulterior motives going to this Buddhist temple. Don't worry about it.
I
stuff.
won't.
How has your day been?
Long.
Long?
Hmm.
Good long or bad long?
Work long.
Work long? Yeah, I get you. I've been there. I mean, mostly same. Uh, I was training at my job today, which is at a pet store. Got bit by a bird, but I held him like an ice cream cone, so I figure we're even. Uh, and
Yeah.
that was about it. That was most of it. Okay, I need to. I'm trying to listen. There's stuff I gotta do. Okay,
Hmm.
I'm just
Hmm.
figuring out where that stuff is. I've lied to you. I do have ulterior motives coming here, but shut up. Don't say anything. Don't say anything about my lies. Uh, I want. Listen. I want. I deserve the ending in Sekiro. I want. I put up with this game. I'm the one putting up with this game. So I deserve to get the story I enjoy out of this. And I will not hear anything else. Except maybe some Freaky Fred discussion. But outside of that, yeah, that's the other thing that was lost with the stream is me and Stealth being like, Courage is legitimately just horror animation, and it's also incredibly good.
Yep.
So,
Love of courage.
love of Courage. It's super fun. He goes,
He does do that.
he does do that.
He also said he also do the things I do for love.
The things I do for love. I love Courage's voice. The way it switches from, like, just kind of barking and nonsense to a very clear, all the things I do for love. I'm like, Courage, you are a funny guy, you. In contrast to the horrors that are constantly plaguing you and your loved ones, you are incredibly hilarious, Courage. Which is probably the only reason this show was allowed to air on a children's network. I just kind of want to keep doing the Courage noises now, but I imagine people won't watch that stream, so.
He'll probably get old at some point.
I mean, how long did Courage run for? Is that how long it'll take for it to get old? Because I'm okay with for that. We can make a stream out of that.
So, like,
Let's see.
what kind of episodes did you like more? Like the more existential horror ones, or the ones that were just like overtly horrifying?
I definitely feel like the overtly horrifying ones, because I do like me some existential horror. Don't get me wrong. Um, it's just that, like, I think in terms of what were most fun to watch most of the time, it was uh, like, typical spooky episodes, which I don't think were less scary. I just think they were a different kind of scary that allowed for a bit more fun to be had with them. Because I feel like the existential ones would have a tendency to end on like some kind of weird cliffhanger, which is fun on occasion, but sometimes I like a nice wrap up to my story,
You remember the one with all the banana people?
I would literally think that was definitely one of the existential ones, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Did they go back home at the end of that, or were they stuck in Banana Future?
I super can't remember what I just remember that the big banana gets revealed to be the giant fucking monkey.
Monkey, yeah. And I've had enough of those Stealth. If you don't mind me
Nope.
saying, I've had enough of big monkey for one
Well, I'm gonna
lifetime.
spawn 4 of them now.
What?
I said, well, I'm gonna spawn 4 of them now. Have
No.
fun.
You've got to be kidding me. What? I don't like how. Why did the grapple point disappear for several minutes? Here, I wanted to do a cool Spider-Man, but this game doesn't like me to be Spider-Man. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man. Snapseed. Well, I don't really need that anymore because I killed Lady Butterfly. I killed old women.
See, banana people appear in the episode 1,000 Years of Courage. Uh,
1,000 years. Rick and Morty? Never, never mentioned their presence.
uh, hmm.
There, okay. I did it. You know, FromSoft games are really into being like, story reason as to why you can return from death, and I love that. They should also, however, include story reason as to why you can not die from a bottomless pit, because according to most of their story reasons, you should just be stuck in the bottom of the pit forever. You got more stuff to sale? I'm gonna piss on Sekiro's dad. Understandable. Stealth, your dad is saying that they are going to piss on Sekiro's dad. So I hope you're okay with this.
And they won't let me piss on the floor?
Dad, let me piss on the floor. Please. Well, this seems like fun. I see no major consequences to the actions I'm about to undertake. Wee.
Okay. So, um, yeah, they do get sent back in time.
They do get so they get sent back to their current future, to their current present.
Yeah, because a meteor hits the Earth, sending them forward for some reason, and then another meteor hits the Earth, sending them back.
I mean, I know why you're saying that, but at the same time, like, isn't that the whole point?
Yeah.
Of Courage the Cowardly Dog is like they live in the middle of nowhere, and then wild fucking stuff just comes literally out of nowhere to afflict them. I'm covered in blood, by the way.
Joke's on you, Juice. I already have.
I've been pissing this entire time. If you want to beat a piss man at this game, you gotta start pissing early in the morning. If you know what I mean.
You gotta eat the piss fruit.
Yeah. I'm a Logia devil fruit user. I ate the piss fruit.
And then anyone that you fight is just like, could you not actually?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. That it's the perfect Logia. It's not fucking a Kainu's destroy everything you touch Logia. It is fucking I would rather you not touch me Logia, which is maybe better? Question mark?
Who can say?
Yeah. Juice questioned me when I said I would like to punch Sengoku in the face, or rather kill him even, in One Piece, and I stand by that for major spoiler reasons, because he is lawful good in the way that makes him an absolute prick, which, like, a couple characters in different fiction are, but Sengoku is the one from One Piece that I think of the most. So, am I wrong? Am I wrong, Stealth?
Depends on what you're talking about, because I am not up on One Piece currently.
Oh, it is not a new thing. It is a.
Oh,
it is
okay.
A very old thing. It is.
Are we talking?
Oh, go on.
I was gonna say, are we talking in regards to
A child. A literal child.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I.
What hell?
Yeah, we will not spoil it, as I've said many times before. I'm not keen on spoiling that for people. As many
saying words that do not make sense without context.
Exactly. As many editors on the internet feel like they have a right to. I'm not out here spoiling One Piece for everyone, but yeah. And until I am given a reason from Sengoku in some fashion or other as to why he thought that was an okay thing to do, then I will literally always be upset and disgusted by him. So
I mean, Juice is already like crying and sobbing about it, so they'll probably agree with you.
Yeah, but they were like, no, Sengoku's fine. It's a Kainu. And I was like, I mean, a Kainu's like 10 times as awful, for sure. But the reason it's 10 times specifically is because we're already starting at a pretty bad place to begin with, so. At what point does lawful good just wrap around to lawful evil again? You know what I mean?
Oh wait, hold on. You're talking about something different. I thought you were talking about.
Are you did you think I was talking about a certain type of water, mayhaps?
Yeah.
No, I was talking about a big fight. Big fight, big fight. Remember
Yeah.
the
Okay.
big fight? Yeah. I remember how that was literally all Sengoku's fault, because
Mhm.
he was literally, he organized it like it was a fucking party. Because again, he was like, ah, this child. Ew. And I was like, how dare you put this big fight together for a child? They were a baby.
Funny fight.
Funny fight. I saw a thing on a different subject, but I saw a thing on TikTok where it was like, yeah, where it was like, Whitebeard was keeping his title of world's strongest man posthumously by the time of big fight because he was so old. Like, he was still strong, but strongest might be a overstatement, which I'm like, that's fair.
And here's the thing, like, titles only mean something in the extent that they give you clout in the world.
Yeah.
Like in terms of being an actual level, like type of power scaling, it does not hold up.
Yeah, well, hold up, I think is the appropriate word there, because I would believe that the literal translation of Whitebeard being the world's strongest man, Big Mom, was true for quite a while. But given that when we see him in current age, he is sick and old, whether or not he would like to admit it, uh, you know, I think people are just like, well, A, you could absolutely still kill just about all of us, and B, I don't think anyone wants you to fight fucking Kaido, so we'll just let you keep it. And, you know, Kaido is the world's strongest creature, you know, etc., etc. So, but I also think that's good for Luffy and storytelling stuff, because it's still kind of, because, you know, Luffy had a little thing with white. I'm just gonna use my teleportation. I was trying to walk out of here, but fucking, they don't want me to. But you know, Luffy met Whitebeard quite a while before Kaido, so the fact that you can be like Luffy was still always moving forward, even after Whitebeard, is kind of cool. So it's listen. One Piece is a lot of things, and one of those things is well written. You know, I want to talk. I actually feel like I should talk about this. Minor spoilers as to the existence of a character, but we won't get too much into anything other than gender identity.
I make no promises.
um, but I actually, because I was thinking about this a lot, Yamato. I asked Juice, who is always smarter than me, like, hey Juice, does a character who has new pronouns need to switch their appearance in order to, like, you know, uh match, quote unquote, match those pronouns? And Juice was like, no, and I trust Juice on this matter. So with that in mind, you know, I think uh that makes Yamato even more good and interesting uh representation of a trans mask person, because he's great. I love Yamato. I know your feelings on it, but I legit wish he had stayed around longer. I understand why you feel the way you do, personally, Stealth.
His
But
fandom kind of poisoned that one for me,
I under
where
what
they're
as
just like, just
Yes.
like vehemently wanting Yamato on the crew, just like yes, it's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen. We can't wait for it
I
to happen. And I'm like, come the fuck on, yeah, guys, calm down.
I would have
It's so
never said
annoying.
definitely. Also, let's kill my good pal over here, because he has a big old freaking centipede inside him. And honestly, if I was that way, I'd ask for this too. Understandable. Have a nice day. I appreciate you, my guy. Anyway, yeah, I do not blame him for being like, hey, kill me. Also, hi, pneumatic meat. And I haven't even met him. Yeah, so this is what I'm saying.
Okay, see, that's part of the problem, Juice. Like,
That, well, okay. Well, the only thing I'll say here is that this is why I avoid, you know, uh, this is why I avoid fandoms, because I've learned, if nothing else, fandoms are only ever fucking, they are at best as good as the piece of media they are, you know, uh, in love with, and at worst they are actively making
just
it
like you don't even
a
know the
worse
character,
good.
but you're already saying you love them. That's my issue with it.
I mean, he's pretty simple. I mean, that's kind of one reason I love him. He's kind of just Luffy in a lot of ways. So, which is, Luffy is a major reason why I'm like, yeah, Yamato, he, him. So, he.
Yeah, Luffy.
Oh, go on.
Luffy doesn't always get it right, but he has good emotional intelligence.
Yes.
So in this sense, 100% right. Good
Yes.
job.
And I also think it's interesting because I don't really know how conscious Luffy was of this, but you know, and this part I don't feel bad about, quote unquote spoiling, but like with Katakuri, when he was like, yeah, when he never really even mentioned the thing, Katakuri was self-conscious about, which a lot of people could argue led to helping Luffy win, because Katakuri was like, why the fuck is he like this? Um, but with all that in mind, like, you know, despite Luffy literally always making fun of people and laughing at them about stuff, with Katakuri, he was like, no, let's just keep fighting. Which I think is especially interesting, considering when Pika shows up in Dressrosa, and that is also not a character I care about spoiling, because it's fucking Pika. But Luffy immediately laughs at what he immediately laughs at what Pika is self-conscious about, which maybe just represents the fact that Luffy has no respect for the Don Quixote family, which is
Nor should
completely
he.
Yeah, exactly. At best, they are a cult. And think about that sentence for a second. At best, they are a cult. That is such a wild thing for me to have to say about any group of people. So, good times, good times. But yeah, I will forever, because of Dressrosa. And granted, Stealth even said this to me. I will always be like, read the manga, please. One Piece manga is artistic, you know, masterpiece of long form storytelling.
Juice and
Yeah,
Ian didn't seem to have that much of a problem watching Dressrosa, actually.
I did. I did for the 3 episodes I sat there. But granted, that was making them like Usopp even less than they already do, and and they didn't have that much room to spare to begin with.
Well,
So
they can take the L on that one because Usopp's a good character.
Usopp is a good character, but regardless, um, except for the Usopp part, cut it out. Anyway, um, but I mean, I would still argue because there's definitely, I think, unless you are confident that like an anime is a good represent adaptation of its manga, then I would always consider giving the manga a shot at least, because like at the end of the day, what the One Piece manga, I mean the One Piece anime is definitely longer than the manga, and it can, wane in quality here to there. Where if you read the manga and you want to see anime parts, you can just look it up when you get to those scenes, and you're like, I want to see this animated, please. So, but maybe that is also in part because they have been long making the anime as the manga comes out, which is of course always filled with problems. Careful there. That's why that's a strength JoJo had. JoJo was out for 30 years before it got a decent anime adaptation. So in the time it took for that to happen, a lot of it was out, and they could just focus on making it good as opposed to needing to make filler arcs. Though I would love to see what David Production does for like a filler stand battle. That'd be pretty fun. I wonder if they would still try to name it after a song, but then like, have to skirt copyright again because copyright.
Copies your rights.
Damn it. my greatest strength. Is there any copyright issues with One Piece? I don't think so, right? Just buy the song buy every Prince song. Every Prince song. Every fucking, like, Led Zeppelin song. Buy the rights to all of them.
Yes.
I love how the earliest versions of those, though, do not need to be skirted around. Because it's not, like, William Zeppelin, it's just William Zeppeli. And it's not REO Speedwagon, it's Robert EO Speedwagon, which I will always adore. So anyone who doesn't like Speedwagon, get out of here. Yeah, he's basically just a second narrator, and we love him for it. And his hat, and his multiple hats. It's what? What do you mean, it's what? Did you not know that one of those... I love Speedwagon. Did you not know that one of those names was a music reference? Sweet Home Alabama. And sue that song out of existence. You know what? With the way people have been using it, valid.
Cahill, I know little of JoJo.
Yes.
Is there a Sweet Home Alabama stan?
No. I mean, here's the thing. Part 9 of JoJo, which might be the final part, because Araki is approaching 70, despite looking like he's in his 20s. And, what else? And like, JoJo has kind of come in parts of 3 at this point. But, like, it is currently coming out, and we are super early in to the point where any number of stands could arrive at this point. So Sweet Home Alabama is not off the table. I still haven't read part 6, and I need to. And apparently there is a Limp Bizkit stand in that one. So
Is there a Purple Rain stan?
there is a Purple Haze stand. I don't know about Purple
It's
Rain.
supposed to be the same, or that's supposed to be.
I don't think so. I think that is a different song, especially since they had to change it anyway to Purple Smoke. But there a lot of part 5, 6, and I think and 8 are just Prince songs. So
Okay.
I adore the song Soft and Wet, and I adore the stand Soft and Wet. It is the design, the song. I haven't even read part 8, and like, I'm in love with all of it. Every time I'm with you, I just love you to death. Ooh wee baby, Hit me with the
Meat knows music trivia
is Hendrix.
or just music.
Got you. Jimi Hendrix was a purple man, like Grimace. Understood. But yeah. I honestly, to a degree, sometimes I hesitate to even call JoJo anime, because like it definitely is, but I feel like a lot, like one of the things that defines anime is how it's made in Japan and thus has a lot of, Japanese uh, tropes in it, but Hirohiko Araki and by necessity the rest of the fucking the crew at David Productions is just always on their own shit. So yeah, it's made in Japan, but it kind of spans everywhere. Oh heck yeah, me. Well then you're helping a lot with
Was
this
that your
JoJo.
mic or was that mine?
I didn't hear anything. What happened?
I heard a scratchy noise.
I don't think that was me because nothing has been near my mic, but
Okay.
also, so kind of spoilers, but like, JoJo being a world spanning adventure that takes place during different times and different places. Part 7 is cowboy times, right? And the main character of Part 8, the JoJo of Part 8, is dressed as like a sailor, like a 1940s sailor, right? And I was like, oh, okay, so this is like during World War II, right? Tell me why when I looked into Part 8, he pulled out a smartphone, because he's just dressed like that in the year of our Lord 2023. Like
No, this is usual. This is JoJo's character.
This is
It's fine.
JoJo. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what could have caused that. I mean, it might be because I'm not using, because my microphone, wait. Yeah, my microphone for stream is my fancy, not actually that fancy mic. But I think my headset is what Discord is using right now. Hi, Zaid. My stand is Call Me Maybe. Kallio Jetson. The next major villain. I adore Zaid. It's just a smartphone. When I receive a call from someone, something may happen to you. It is a stand very much up to chance what happens here. Even I don't really know. I love this enemy where parrying isn't really an option, and even if it is, why would it be? He is swinging a 10-ton bronze bell around. Are you saying I'm about to parry that with my fucking toothpick sword? I am trapped. I won't, because I got trapped.
Wow.
Oh, I'm alive. Also, since there are more people here, I'd like to say,
Doug.
I believe Max 2 was taken is still doing a pretty big stream. They've been working very hard on their streaming setup. So I would consider, if whether you want to stay here or maybe go there and chat a bit, up to you. I'd prefer both because I'm also trying to work on streaming, but listen, game recognizes game. So I'm out here trying to recognize Max's game. Go support them. They're great.
What game is it?
I actually don't know what game they're playing. Oh, I forgot.
How are you recognize the game then?
I was recognizing the streamer game, not the PlayStation 4 original they were playing. Oh yeah, let's talk about this. There's a Nintendo Direct tomorrow, and like, that was trending because of nerds on the internet for quite some time, like before. Phantom Blood is the best part. Thank you, Juice. I love Zappelli. I think about his speech about courage literally all the time. Anyway, that is unironic. Like the Redeem is kind of ironic, but me loving Sapelli definitely isn't. Anyway. But yeah, the fact that so many people were talking about a Nintendo Direct a good week before one got announced makes me think that this will be one of the most disappointing things. One of the most disappointing ones in a long time. The last one I remember I think was pretty good. Like, they did do one that was basically just Pikmin, but before that, like the one that was about more games, I remember they were talking about a lot of stuff, some stuff people wanted and everything. So, I I
I I don't
I
remember. I don't
yeah.
remember there being one for a while that had anything for me in it. That
Yeah,
doesn't mean it was bad though.
yeah. That's. I mean, I also don't think there was there. I do remember. I think there was like one or two things in the last one where I was like, oh yeah, I might get that, but most of it wasn't. I just recognized like, oh, a lot of people would like this, etc., etc. So, I'm like, I'm like, good job, Nintendo. You had basic consumer consideration for 5 minutes, which is Fortnite was installed. Fortnite. Oh, I, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Well, this is a Fortnite stream now.
This is a Fortnite stream. This is a Fortnite stream. Now, okay, Fortnite was installed, so just gotta start that up real quick. Okay. Um, but anyway, so like, yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do tomorrow. Maybe it'll be something cool. Maybe it'll be very disappointing. I, I, to be honest though, I kind of like the way Nintendo's been quote unquote disappointing lately because I feel like the last couple Nintendo Directs where nothing really got announced, uh, it was all farming sims. Like that has happened multiple times now, and I kind of want it to happen again. I think it would be funny because it's a cozy time, and everyone's mad about it. So I am very much on board for if they're just like 10 farming sims coming to Nintendo Switch now. So,
Oh wait, you actually got on Fortnite?
I mean, Fortnite was installed. Stealth, I don't know what you want from me. Okay, just do that real quick. Did that even pick? I think it did because I'm just like capturing my PS4 display in general, so that alert should have popped up on stream. But anyway, let's see. Fortnite was installed, so let's just see. Let's see what's happening. Yeah. Also, if there are any Pikmin fans out there who are like, hey, Cahill, I'd like you to play Pikmin, and here are how you would play the last few games, 1 through 3, let me know, because I would be very much down to...
So you're actually gonna play Fortnite?
I'm going to play one round of single-player Fortnite.
Oh.
But let's look
Okay.
through it. Yeah, listen, it's a bit, and I'm committing to the bit, but I'm not going to commit so entirely to the bit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Don't play Pikmin. I'm gatekeeping. Fair enough. Sitzer64 is on. I don't remember who that person is. Okay, none of my friends who are currently in the stream like or want me to play Pikmin. So I guess I will never play Pikmin. I tried Katamari Damacy, but man, those controls were much funkier than I was expecting. And if I'm being honest, like, especially with how hectic life can be nowadays, I do not actually need a game that is constantly fighting me for control. So, but that's just my hot take. That being said, I am interested in streaming more Resident Evil, and those games kind of fight you for control. They make you sluggish, as to increase terror. Terror!
You move as tank.
Yes. Honestly, I might have considered streaming the Resident Evil 4 remake when it came out, but A, I don't remember if they released it for PS4, and I don't have a PS5 yet. And B, I was in Florida, so I was not streaming that much, and was trying to save money. Stealth, may I confide in you in something?
Absolutely.
No one else will know this. I
Mm.
might, because if streaming goes well in this last half of the year, I might consider getting a PS5. Kind of ask for it as a joint Christmas gift. I was like, hey
Ooh.
everyone, give me everyone in my family give me $5 for a PS5, and that will do like half of it. So please and thank you. Because at that point I could, because I'm trying to think of games I would stream. Probably Miles Morales. I know I could do it on PS4, but PS5 would be fun. Demon Souls for sure. Absolutely would stream Demon Souls. Funny, funny. Uh,
Funny?
yes. But yeah, maybe Cyberpunk because that is a game. I was like, if I got Cyberpunk, it would be because I have a PS5, and I am able to play it on a machine that will not burn itself alive, trying to run the code. Man, I love Sekiro. It's a good game. Uh, what else? But yeah, but it's just a thing. It's why I'm saying it depends on how streaming goes. Because if everyone's just like, yeah, whatever, and I mean, if I get lots of support, um, it's like, well, people want more stuff, and PS4 is no longer a modern console, so I guess I have to consider at my new options. Oh shit.
Hmm.
Um, or if people are just hanging out, and like numbers kind of stay the same, then it's like okay, we'll just chill. There's plenty of older games I have no problem playing.
Jeez. I did
Jeez.
not realize that Litwick takes until level 41 to evolve into Lampent.
No. Ooh. Oh,
Gee, oh my god, that is so very long.
remedy, work for me. Heal my wounds. Thank you. I love it when I can hire random medical workers to give me drugs. I'm Dylan Cahill, and I sponsor this message. I'm gonna capture Funny. How many Poke? Okay, Stealth. So you're, as people may or may not know, you are big into. Oh wait, is that not that it? You are talking about Pokemon Unite, right?
No,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking. I'm talking
Just
about.
normal
The,
Pokemon.
yeah,
Gotcha. Okay, I thought
I
because I know there's an evolving mechanic in Unite, which is why I'm
yeah.
saying that.
Chandler and Unite has like a 157 or 158 evolution,
Gotcha. I don't know
but
what that means, but I'm trusting you.
I think it's 157. But you were gonna ask something else.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna like. What was I gonna ask about? I was gonna ask something about Unatusi, but then I got distracted. Kill a man! It's the Prowler! Ah! Nope, the Prowler killed me. Okay. Anyway, back to Sekiro. Uh, what was I gonna ask? Oh yeah, how many Pokemon are in Unite?
God,
What?
okay.
Not individual evolution lines. Let's because if those play as
Yeah,
the same
I mean,
characters,
I think there's upwards of 50 now.
damn. I like there's 1,000 Pokemon, but that's still, you know, that's still many for what is basically just like a hero game. Where individual characters matter so much. 50 is a hefty choosing. That's a buffet of Pokemon, which some sickos online get off to, but not me. Not on my Christian stream. Don't think about eating Pokemon. Don't think about doing anything else to the Pokemon that aren't sanctioned by the games. You hear me?
3, 4. Oh my, there's 55.
Oh. And that's just evolution lines, meaning like in terms of
Yeah,
singular mons, there are multiples of
more than that.
55. Yes, that is
Not to
impressive.
mention like the farm Pokemon and stuff like that.
Hot damn. My
It's
head,
a there's a lot of representation in the game.
fucking Pokemon is more dedicated to their MOBA than they are to their mainline series at this point.
I untrue. Otherwise, the gameplay experience will be better.
That's true. I've never played it, so who am I to talk?
Like the gameplay itself is solid. It's just like
It could be better.
the ranked mode is unplayable because of the people who play it.
Well, then that's not the game, though.
Yeah,
You understand that, right?
There are systems that you could improve on that would make it a better experience.
No.
All right. Well, now you're taking the exact amount of action as they have, so I guess I can't really blame you.
I'm a good developer. Is what I am. Hey, there are guys gonna fight down here. Look at him go! Oh, he's running for his life. That's kind of grim. I think a man just got killed in that alley. Yeah. I think we just saw a Batman get created. Because someone's dad definitely just died in that alleyway. Anyway.
You just reminded me of like last night whenever I had possibly one of the worst experiences in that game that I've ever had.
Oh, that's good. Didn't you say before last night though you were like, I swear off competitive Pokemon, and then
main series. Like I'm talking like VGC.
I mean, I've never taken that too seriously. I have thought about doing tournaments definitely, but you know, in terms of team building, I like to just have fun with it. I just pick the Pokemon I like, and I'm like, what will make you good? Get strong, child. I'm going to die. Oh, my butthole! My butthole! Oh.
God, what? I seem to recall like you were doing like a Pokemon thing, and you had like the most like unoptimal Venusaur build possible, and it was working out for you somehow.
Oh yes. Well, that was in part because, like, the Venusaur by itself, not a problem. It was paralyzed though. Like it could do the job, but it got paralyzed, and it did not get paralyzed for like well over like 5 turns or something. In which time it was able to finish the match out, which was one of my that happened on one of Tom's stream, and it was just one of my favorites.
Yeah, it was like the league challenge thing.
Yeah, which we might still be doing it this October, but I haven't gotten Scarlet or Violet yet. So, listen, I'm sorry. Especially to Kingfisher, who I'm going to do an event with at some point. They postponed it themselves, actually. So, you know, I'm not going to be like, oh no. Let me say, if Kingfisher is listening, I will be ready for that. I'm just like, you know, I'm just going to end up buying the game and speeding through it and making a good comp team. But I didn't want to necessarily participate in paying Game Freak for a decently suboptimal game at full price. So I was like, I'll hold off for a minute. Though I heard the gameplay design was fun. You know, when the game worked, good. When the game didn't work,
It was a good time.
I am with Stealth where they should have just kind of kept making. They should have made voxel games, you know, like Octopath. That would have been cool. I would have loved that direction for Pokemon. Be like,
I don't know what voxel is.
Have you seen Octopath Traveler?
I have.
Okay.
But what does voxel mean?
It's like basically you do 8 or 16-bit, but instead of being a 2-dimensional surface, it is 3-dimensional, and like some stuff is like cubular as opposed to a sprite. It is like a chunky model. This old man is giving me a run for my money, which is not a good sign when another old man is also going to give me a run for my money.
Deef.
Also, nice walks. So hi, Walks. Good to see you. You're great.
I would have liked if Pokemon had done the thing you said.
Yes. Because at the end of the day, Pokemon isn't about fucking graphics or any of that stuff. Like, I get the appeal to a AAA open world Pokemon game, But I'm more interested in world building and charm and good character design and fun art and fun simple RPG mechanics.
Which
And
good Pokemon design was not to be found in Gen 9. IMHO.
I like plenty of them, but you expressed dis distaste at that uh idea.
Man, I disagreed, if that's what you mean.
I I do mean.
Yeah.
Why are there two chained ogres? Why do there need to be two of these men? I didn't
I
like
think
the first one.
I think we'll agree though that the last like really good, like oh my god, this entire dex is amazing was Alola.
Yes, Alola is great. I think
Aside from Bruxfish.
I think yeah. Well, I mean, Bruxus has a bit of jinx going on, if you know what I'm saying. Between the all of it, it is it's not fantastic. But
Well,
go on.
Wax, to what you're saying, I would say Heart Gold, Soul Silver, best Pokemon games.
Yes.
IMHO.
Which is kind of a shame considering how long ago I was 11 when those came out, and I've doubled my age. But that's what I'm saying, right?
I do love a Platinum though.
If like I don't need Pokemon. Pokemon doesn't, at least not in a way that's mattered thus far. It doesn't benefit from being 3D. And you can make, I mean, fucking, what's it called? Pokemon Crystal Clear. Like fucking, it's an open world Pokemon game that looks like the GB games. So clearly you can do a lot of things and like experiment a lot just sticking to the style Pokemon originally had. And people have, because Pokemon inspired them to do that. But the mainline games are like, no, we can't. We must follow AAA, whatever, you know, pressure from higher ups, and that's a shame because it doesn't benefit Pokemon a lot. I think the games have suffered pushing like this needs to be for a home console. You better not make a good Pokemon. You better not make a good Pokemon game. I swear to gosh. So, I mean, I've been fucking sucked into Tears of the Kingdom, and that is definitely not, like, I think it's a beautiful game, but like graphics, as in like technical wise, it's not the most impressive game to come out, you know, in the past 6 months even. So clearly the Switch is capable of having amazingly fun games that are not your typical experience, or at least what people are come to be used to. Also, why does the can I like leave and come back and he'll be like reset so I can get a stealth kill? Because I'm tired of this.
You got it, boss.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, just be quiet. It's a little weird how whenever they move Pokemon to console, it can be same as normal Pokemon. That's why, because like at the end of the day, like they literally just could fucking slap a bunch of particle effects on it, technically make it 3D, do Octopath Traveler, it'll look gorgeous, but it'll still keep that feel and everything that the original games have, and you can go back to focusing on making the games fun. No, he likes to be in his position he was chained in. That's fun. That's a neat thing he does. Okay. Let me get us. Okay. Now listen. Wait, listen! Oh, no! Hear me out. Hear me out on this one. Why is this door? Oh, why is this door? Oh, you know what I mean, Stealth. You
Yeah,
know
I
what I
do.
mean?
I just watched your ordeal.
Yeah. It was a tough one. This guy, even in death, this guy is just looking out at the lake, and I can appreciate him for that. Do I have a stealth sugar? I believe I do. And stealth's my sugar. Oh!
Aw.
Oh. Anyway. Anything to avoid playing the actual game of Sekiro. Let's try it out. But yeah, I don't know. I think Pokemon could have gone in a lot of different directions that would have made the game super fun and interesting without having to even touch the graphics a little. So, and if anyone's just like, I don't want to pay $60 for pixel art, then you're a sham and you're a fraud. Get out of here. You're no friend of Cahill's. Pixel art isn't art. That's why it's called art. I hate this game.
Wee.
Wee! Oh, we have fun here. No, no, no. We have fun here.
We do.
No, my lord.
Mostly at your expense.
Mostly at my expense. Why doesn't that do any posture damage to him? He is about to. He did. Did you see that before the fucking before I paused to do something else?
Get you.
Yeah. He went for the fucking sumo slammers. Ow, that was my miscalculation. I said you will let me fucking distract you with fireworks, and he said not today.
In fact, here's a swift kick to the jaw for trying.
Honestly. I can respect this man's swift kick to my nuts.
What about that vicious pile driver to your everything?
I know. Okay. So we know how to get the stealth kill, and that got it, boss. So that'll help us. That'll help us get this done a lot quicker. And you might say, Cahill, it would have been done a lot quicker if you had fought the man and not fucked around. Well, I like to practice in a little something called fucking around and finding out. And if you can't respect me in this, then I don't know what to tell you. Anyway.
You are often finding yourself in the latter part of that cycle.
Yeah, but isn't it so fun when I only fuck around?
So fun, bestie.
Exactly. I love... So, Pig has a channel to talk about gender stuff in, and I like it. I love spaces where people can feel safe to talk about stuff. But, like, someone posted a thing about the term cis, you know, as in someone who is the gender matches the biological sex they were born
Someone
as.
who is your sister?
One who... Well, wait, hold on for it. Because like, I don't pop in there a lot, because, you know, I don't have much to say, and I don't want to crouch on anyone's conversation. But I should really just reset, because fucking... Yeah. Anyway, but I came in just to be like, I like the word cis, because it makes me sound like you're calling me, hey sis, hey sister. And Juice just posed, now we don't have time to unpack all of that, referring to the ongoing belief from my friends that I am trans and will not accept it. So.
They do say that a lot.
They do. I don't know where you personally stand on it, and I don't care, but listen.
I stand on the line that it's funny as hell.
I appreciate that my friends are accepting of me and everything. And they're like, we're so accepting of you that we know you're this, and we're just gonna wait till you realize it.
We've already accepted it. Yeah. It's time for you to.
Why can't I just be a guy? Why can't I just be a guy who likes ladies?
Hmm.
Mhm. I wish I could get this fucking drop kill, but the game said not today.
No, no, no.
No, no,
Mm-mm.
no. Also, I wasn't going to talk about it for a minute, but here, let's talk about it now, which is the fact that Pig also has a channel about AI stuff. Which, granted, like Pig definitely does not intend that to be for like AI art and such. So one, respect to him, but two, I I, I personally do not go swimming in those waters. But you know, he
He
knows
has a lot of
compute.
channels.
He does, and he's great. I love Pig. Shout out to Pig.
Yeah.
Um, but like he, you know, he's computer. He's a computer guy. A lot of people in his a lot of people in this community are computer people. So
He is so
they're
very, very old.
he's so old. Um, but I bring it up because I saw a post, and I don't know if it's true, and I don't care because it really doesn't really affect me one way or the other. But I saw a thing today about AI art, like basically just already completing the Ouroboros, where AI art is
Oh.
starting to sample AI art to make AI art, and thus it is progressively degrading. And I expected that to happen at some point, not necessarily so
The
soon.
singularity.
I know, honestly. But here's the thing about it that I didn't even think about. Because specifically, the way it has been explained to me that most, at least the ones that everyone is like, it's art. You know, I'm an artist. Except I didn't work at all for it. Um, like, those work based off of like tags and search terms and stuff like that. You know, because that's how they get the AI to sample certain images.
Sam.
And it didn't even occur to me that that could actually speed up the process. Like, I thought about this after seeing that post. Like, whether or not it's true, the tag thing almost definitely speeds up the process because at the end of the day, the quote-unquote AI artists are just going to end up tagging their post in the same way they, you know, created it, thus thus making it so that people just end up sampling their shit, quote unquote, later. So much quotes here because it's not fucking practice and have respect for people who have dedicated their life to an art form.
Deep.
I do remember someone posting like maybe we all would have been cooler with this if you didn't immediately phrase it in a way of we are coming for your jobs and you will not need to be an artist anymore, which like people like doing art whether or not you get paid I don't get paid a lot for art and yet I still keep doing it, so it's not the first thing that needs to be fucking automated. Fucking find a way to automate like picking crops and stuff like that, you know, super grueling task that maybe we don't need people to do anymore. I'm sure there's like tractors and shit that already make it super easy to do, but still, I know nothing about farming. That's kind of the point.
Oh.
What's up?
I just encountered the fusion of Luxio and Wobbuffet.
How'd that go?
They removed the top hair,
Uh-huh.
so it just looks like he's a bald dude with a really just extravagant mustache. I mean
Sick.
beard.
I dodged that for sure. Am I dead? I hate this
I don't
game.
like it.
I don't like this game.
Deef.
And again, this is not optional anymore because I have to do basically all the bosses I can get my grubby little hands on.
Grubby.
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 Yeah. Honestly, and full I want to say full respect to the people making like the sprites for Infinite Fusion and all that kind of shit. I just even though I am like not as curious as probably Stealth would like me to be, but you know, a little curious about Infinite Fusion. Um, I typically don't dip into the world of Fakemon because I feel like at some point it's just like you're playing a new game because you know they've just completely made new mons and stuff like that. Stealth has actually been talking about, you know, original Pokemon single player content from the community, and I'm definitely interested in the stuff where it's like, you know, a fan took existing mons and sprites and everything and made a new game out of it, like that kind of stuff. I'm like, oh, neat.
And that's most things.
Yeah. Because don't get me wrong, again, full respect, because it takes an insane amount of effort and art and everything. But like, if you make Fakemon and a game around it, you could just make your own game, and people have done that. People have absolutely done that. Like, what was the one that came out and is on Switch and everything? You know the one I'm talking about? Isn't it Temtem? Or is that something else?
Oh, yeah, that flopped.
A bit, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, at some point it's just an original game, and if I want to scratch the Pokemon itch, it's because I want to see the characters and designs I have grown to love, to some extent. So I'm like, what? Let me see what else y'all are doing. Like, what kind of mods are you making for Soul Silver and Platinum and all that kind of stuff? Busting out.
They usually like mostly with GBA stuff, but
I mean, that's fair. I adore Fire Red. Like, one of the reasons I was not upset at, like, Let's Go Pikachu is because for the longest time, the only version of Gen 1 I knew was Fire Red, and I did not have a problem with that. That was my Gen 1, and I stand by it. Fuck me! You've got to be kidding me! Absolutely the hell not! Why is he here? Oh my lord! Did you see that or no?
There's a thing in the water.
Yes. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, in this game there are 4 bosses called the Headless, and they are brothers in lore. But in game they are just 4 identical fucking bosses in different areas, and you can only meet. It's one of the bosses you can only really damage with the divine confetti, and also it inflicts a lot of terror. You know, the instant kill mechanic of this game. So I had no plans to do those until I was fully buffed out and could buy infinite divine confetti. So the fact there was one there and I did not know it is just the worst. Stealth, do you want to know something about this game?
Yes.
It's the worst.
Oh.
Yeah. No. Oh, the worst. I don't know if I talked about it on stream, and if I did, it was probably that one that got deleted. But I want to do a Ben 10 Sona art stream, and I do know Omniverse has a alien Ben unlocks called the Worst, and it just imagine a blobby orange guy. That's about what he is, and his main gimmick is that he can take basically infinite damage, but that's about all he can do. So he is a big good punching bag, and that's about it.
Interesting.
Yes, I like Ben 10. That's why when Ian is like, I love Ian, but when he's like, oh, Omniverse bad, I was like, but it like opens up the world. We meet more alien species and a bunch of stuff. I fucking dodged.
Whee!
Well, I know. He's just a pro wrestler, and to a degree that's cool. But the rest of it is awful.
Zangief in the current patch of Street
I
Fighter
know,
4.
honestly, that's what he is. I don't even play Street Fighter 6, but I know enough about it and Zangief to know you are telling the truth. You've got to be fucking kidding me. And he wasn't. I literally do that just so I have the opportunity to heal.
Heal!
You... No, Stealth, you know what my... Stealth. Andrew, my good friend. Do you want to know what my favorite part about this game is? You know what I adore about it?
The part where you have to fight the sumo man many times.
Stealth, you precious, precious gay little guy.
I'm gonna cargo throw you into the sun.
It is. It's the part where the entire, the entire battle system is built around parrying, and half the fucking bosses don't let you parry them.
Yes.
Don't you just... Isn't it cool? Isn't it cool? Yeah,
it is, in fact, my favorite part.
I love how that's a thing that they do. Gohan's sugar. Wait, can I pick... I cannot get a stealth kill from here. He saw me fucking coming.
You can take fall damage, though.
I can take fall damage, though.
Is that what you wanted?
And you know what? Actually, now that you mention it, it was exactly what I was hoping for.
I'm so glad.
I hope Oswald is well. He is doing well. He's been very chill the last few days because I haven't been able to let him out, but I'll let him out tomorrow. Give him banana.
Banungo.
Banungo. Should I stream Donkey Kong 64? Honestly, it might be fun. I don't know how many people would watch.
What are your feelings on Coconut Gun?
Well, it does. As far as I know, it fires in spurts. And
what if it shoots you?
Then it probably hurt.
Interesting. More 11.
DK. Chained ogre.
I said an 11.
DK. Okay, everyone come back in 3 hours. Go live for 5 seconds and say DK. Is Mario out on streaming yet? And if so, what's streaming? I would like to watch it. Again, even though its overall success definitely had to do with the fact it was branded, I do legitimately think part of the reason Mario movie did so well was the fact that it was like just, it looked so good. Like, that was the first thing I ever thought about the movie. I was like, this looks amazing. Like, they took the art direction of, you know, Mario from the classic games to the new shit and just went hog wild with it, and I adore it. So that's what I legitimately think, and we were talking about this the other day with Elemental and shit, like, to a degree, you just have to make your movie look nice to people. And Mario absolutely did that, because if they didn't, then they would just be relying on Chris Pratt, and that would have been a plan that failed from the moment it started, so. Andrew, don't you also love, Andrew, voice talents of guy who does one voice, which is his own?
You know what you're getting.
Chris Pratt should be in, like, a early 1900s circus, and he should be the man with a saltine cracker for a voice, because that's basically what he is, which is why he got the role in the Lego movie, because that's exactly what that character was. The grapple opportunity does not ever do nearly as much stamina as I tend to hope it will. But we did it. Medicine rank 3. More like medicine rank P. Their own streaming platform. Honestly, listen, if all of a sudden Nintendo becomes a animation powerhouse, then I will not be upset they have their own streaming platform. If they could have better consumer practices, that would also make me happy, but I'm not gonna fucking hold my breath. And I would imagine neither should any of you.
Consume.
So, consume.
consume soup.
Con- con- consume soup. Soup or soup or die. You are Mr. Gay. And he was.
Thank you, Mario.
Chat, he was Mr. Gay. It doesn't matter who Mario was just talking to. Regardless of gender or anything. He was Mr. Gay. Shh. It's better if I kill you than if they kill you. If I kill you, I get to smell you. Oh.
Butterfree and Rotom is just called Butter Tom, and it's adorable.
I love... Listen, I'll say it... I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. I run Butterfree competitively because I love Butterfree, and there's nothing funnier than beating someone with Butterfree. And I've done it a few times, and it's amazing every time. So
I mean, it has Quiver Dance access, so it can do things.
Sleep Powder, Quiver Dance, Dream Eater on, you know, something that's type effective against, and you're good. And also, Butterfree has healed any injuries it's managed to survive, so you got yourself...
That part's the key.
Yeah, exactly. It does take a little bit of luck, which I have little of, but if you make it work, then it's great. So, if you make it work, good for you.
If you can put yourself into an advantage state, then it can super work.
And again, that's what I'm saying, right? I don't fucking... how do I make a competitive Pokemon team? Look up what the most... Look up the latest championship. Do that, whatever. Fuck you. Or
you look up that data and do something completely different with it.
Yeah.
Counter what the meta is.
Well, exactly. But it's like one of the two options, you know? Or I just have fun with it. And if I win, I win. And if I lose, I lose. I can believe in my team and try to use the heart of the cards. Or I can just fucking beat the game and then just be like, okay, throwing out all my friends. Time to get a bunch of roided up teenagers to beat up people for me. Don't you want to do that, Stealth? Get the roided teens.
Maybe.
Yes. Become my puppet. Yes. And together we'll stop those Power Rangers. Do you like?
Make my monster grow.
Hell yeah?
Yeah. Read your Repulsa.
You're right. Honestly, if you do not... Like, I can understand why you might be like, no, I'll just stick with Mighty Morphin, but if you never try out, you know, the extended Power Ranger stuff.
Dino Thunder.
Exactly. Dino Thunder, Ninja Fury, fucking Mystic Force, and SPD! Mystic Force, Samurai. Rangers. I love how the Samurai theme is just the original one, but they add Rangers together, Samurai forever, and that's it. That's all they add. It's different. It's different now. I remember that there's a new boss. There's a new boss in the room an old boss was in, and fun, funny. I'm gonna lose all of my money, so let's just get some spirit emblems because we could always use more.
That's the spirit
Emblem. That's the fire emblem.
Engage.
I remember this bullshit. You gotta be kidding. Okay, might as well die. Kill me. Thank you.
I believe in you.
On the bright side, since we did Chained Ogre, I love how I named this stream after Owl, and we haven't gotten to Owl at all yet. But it's only been an hour, which is wild. I feel like we've been here for so long. It's been so
Probably because
long.
the sumo man.
Yeah. Since last I've seen my son lost to this monster, to the man behind the slaughter. Since you've been gone, I've been singing this stupid song and left to ponder something worth the song. Oh wait, I can make him a friend. That would have been great.
Friend.
Ow.
Friend.
I'm in pain. I'm gonna give it the old college try, but we might die. You know. You ever go to college and die? Stealth.
Inside.
I think Stealth. Do you know any big colleges in England? Is Oxford in England?
I think.
One of their colleges is so fucking old. And I know the name of it, I just can't remember which one it is.
But also, I don't even really know that many colleges here, so.
No colleges. Stealth, how are you going to get into a good one if you know none of them?
Here's the thing, I'm already done, and don't intend on going back ever.
Stealth, was the bar...
if I can help it.
Was the bar exam hard?
Yes, hardest test I've ever taken.
But did you pass first time?
Yes.
Okay.
And we take the UBE now, which covers several states, and I tested high enough to practice in all of them.
Sick. That's very cool. I'm proud of my friend Stealth. But also, so if you passed first time, what made it so hard? I know nothing about the bar. So
Just the several months leading up to it that were basically 7 days a week, probably
Studying.
like 8 to 10 hours a day studying.
Gotcha. So what made the test hard was not the test itself, but rather...
Oh, the test itself was incredibly hard and
What?
super mentally taxing. I went back to the hotel room and cried both nights.
Was it just because you had been preparing so hard for so long, or was there something else to it where you were like, dying?
I thought I did horribly.
Okay. Well, I feel like that's the way of those tests a lot of times, like any big thing, because you know, you study as hard as you possibly can, you memorize as much as you possibly can, but you don't, you only know what you know, so you can't know if you got any of the answers right or wrong while you get through it.
Yeah, and you fixate on what you think you got wrong too.
Exactly. So, and with a test that big, it's like, it's just like,
yeah,
you just panic through so much of it. I wonder if my parents would have been prouder if I went to law school.
If we're going by societal standards, maybe.
Maybe.
But I don't know your parents.
Yeah, well, I think they're just happy if I do what makes me happy, and I'm able
Yeah.
to live by myself. And I'm trying my best.
Well, then in that case, I think it would not have affected anything.
And also, I like doing art and making people happy more than arguing. I think you're a fantastic lawyer, from what I know, and you're a great guy in general. So, I think as far as I'm concerned, you've always made the right choice. But for me, for Cahill standards, I can say I would have not.
And from inside the profession, let me tell you, people put way too much societal clout on being a lawyer.
What, like, lawyers are just like, are you a fancy enough lawyer? Or is there stuff like that?
No, I mean, like, I'm just saying that we're just fucking normal people. Society gives too much clout, I'm saying.
You're saying...
We are very highly flawed people who don't, like, deserve the sort of the aura
attention.
that...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotcha. I understand where you're coming from, absolutely. I forgot you could do that. There's
This
probably
seems to be going okay.
you'd be wrong, and you might not be at the part where he healed yet, so that'd be part of why you're wrong.
Oh.
I mean, these guys are kinda okay to fight. They're not the worst. They're interesting, kind of like mini bosses. The fact that it is once again, the fact it's the same fucking setup as last time, where it's like there's a big boss after this guy, but you gotta do the mini boss first unless you want to take the shortcut. And I was like, I physically can't take the shortcut this time.
Skill issue.
Yeah, honestly, skill issue. You've committed to something. Stop that. Stop committing to things, coward. I still need to do a Shining Diamond Nuzlocke. And I'm honestly looking forward to it. It's just, you know, need to schedule it. I also need to do like a tier list and shit. But
Oh, for what kind of tier list?
animated movie tier list.
Wow.
Yeah. I was thinking about including like Space Jam and Roger Rabbit, but I was like, nah, those are
Roger Rabbit is amazing.
Yeah, Roger Rabbit would be an S tier. And Space Jam 1, which is the only Space Jam I've ever seen, would be like a B tier. But yeah, Roger Rabbit is amazing. And so is and for similar reasons, so is like Mask of the Phantasm, the Batman movie, because one, it's one of the best Batman movies ever. Some people argue the best, which is an important reminder since we're in the age where everyone's like, the animated Spider-Man movie, the greatest thing of all time. And they're right, but listen. Mask of the Phantasm came out after the animated series, but does a real good job at matching its style. Which is kind of like what Roger Rabbit does, where it's like, I could swear this was made in the 1940s. Both the live action and fucking animated parts. And I love that.
Animated.
Animated. And everyone was... no one needs Ready Player One when Roger Rabbit exists.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yesterday's stream lasted like 0.5 seconds. You're okay.
We talked about Courage the Cowardly Dog, and that was literally about it.
Freaky Fred killed the stream.
Yeah, Freaky Fred killed the stream. Do you know anything about Ben 10? I was talking about that today. And I welcome any positive Ben 10 talk, especially considering the reboot series is apparently very bad. And I've seen the art, and it is also definitely very bad. Please, sir, please stop throwing snowballs at me. Ah. He really likes to try and poison me.
So do I. Honestly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking Agatha Christie?
Hmm.
Texas lawyer publicly. I feel like I can... Is it okay if I say you're from Texas? Or no?
I don't know. It's possibly one of the biggest. Like
That's what I was.
Definitely one of the biggest states in the United States that like you didn't even like give any geographical indicator for my specific location in the state.
That is literally all I. The only thing.
I think we're okay.
Yeah. If a gunman had fucking weapons drawn on all my loved ones and Oswald, and they were like, where does Stealth live? In Texas, I'd be like, Texas! Like, that's as specific as it gets from me, so. A little bit late for that hunt. Well, I was asking because I was like, oh, am I going to have to apologize for this later and also cut it out of the VOD? But what was I thinking of? Yeah, Texas lawyer admits to poisoning friends. Did it because it was funny.
It's true. And definitely not at all a bit.
Not a bit. Oswald, I love you. I love you. I love you, dog.
Rabbit noises.
Rabbit. Rabbits honk when they're happy. But yeah, I need to... Regardless of what my family says, if they're like, no, he's going to go places. I'm like, he's not. I mean, I need to let Oswald up tomorrow. He needs activity. And again, I wish I could always just fucking have him. I wish I had a free roaming rabbit household, but I'm not gonna enforce my lifestyle onto everyone else. I am, however, going to take control of this man's mind, and that's ethical.
So ethical.
So ethical. So cool and ethical. It's cool and ethical how I did that.
Wait, so like in a sense, it'd be like that's so Texas or what?
What?
What Wax is saying.
Fun fact, Texas is used as a saying for when something is completely wild or out there. I feel like I have heard that in a way. Because also isn't the saying like everything
Really,
is
even more so than
Texas?
Florida?
I mean, I feel like because before Florida was the way it is currently, right now in our internet age and the rest of it, Texas was like, the Wild West. It was cowboys, so I could see it was Sandy Cheeks, like Stealth, you were there.
Yes, and.
Yes, and. But exaggerated. Yeah, that's what that's what I'm kind of hearing and thinking it as, It's a cowboy, baby. I want to be a cowboy.
Oh.
I love I've seen a lot of posts recently about like historical overlap. One of it being the Mexican-American War, where it's like there were samurai, historic samurai that came to Mexico during that time, so you could, and also it was like the tail end of piracy, like all of that happened at once, so you could have a pirate.
Time for a death battle.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I talked about this before, but you want to know one of the things I love about flintlocks? Unlike even revolvers, where you definitely have more than one shot in there, you have one shot in a flintlock, and then you throw the gun away. because if you are still fighting someone after that, you will not have time to load it. So, and I love that aesthetically, action-wise, and it's kind of comical. It's comical that you have. It's like, okay, I'm done with it. Into the garbage.
Oops, you are now the projectile.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we can still use them as clubs. So, I learned that from the historical descriptions of Blackbeard. On top of having fire, I mean, he does have that in One Piece, even though no one uses a gun in One Piece. Because why?
Oh, there was.
I mean, yes, there are some good uses of guns in One Piece. Because at the end of the day,
and some very bad uses of multiple guns at one point.
Yes. But at the end of the day, I guess it's kind of, we have like a biased view, right? Because in East Blue, if you're not like a Buggy or Luffy, a gun is still a major threat to you. Even Don Krieg, who is like one of the last like villains we see in that area of the world, he's literally always wearing a bulletproof vest. But then the rest of the series is the Grand Line, where everyone is a fucking supernatural freak. And
Hey, I'm not gonna try to convince you if I don't think you'll like it. So.
I mean, I would say okay, Pig, let me say this. The Shonen Jump app is $2, and I would again recommend you read and not watch. And I think the art style can really grow on you, especially if you start looking at it as caricatures and not just this is how he draws people. Because that's not how he draws people. He's drawn Snoop Dogg before, and that drawing looked like Snoop Dogg. Am I wrong? Am I wrong, Stealth?
I mean, definitely looks more like look more like a person than his um characters.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think I'm gonna watch Sailor Moon. I mean, that's also on you. That that is both small, shorter and cheaper, given that it's on YouTube for free and not currently ongoing. But I think One Piece is legitimately one of the greatest stories ever told. I am fully of that opinion now. It is fantastic. And again, I think I have this opinion in part because I read the manga, which is a little more trimmed down on filler arcs, among other pacing stuff. I'm not trying to come down too hard on the anime. I mean, at the end of the day, typically when people are like, One Piece is so good, they mean the fucking anime adaptation. So, you should take what I'm saying with a bit of a grain of salt. But still, I think it's a great time. And also, Oda legitimately writes a lot of different types of characters real well. So even if he draws women, not as good as he probably should, a lot of his women characters are great. One of the earliest parts of One Piece that is fucking fantastic is centered around Nami.
like arguably the first truly good arc.
Yeah.
Or truly great, I'll say.
Yeah, I was about to say, because like it's a good yeah, it's a good anime before that, but then it's just like, oh, feelings. Oh, I'm crying.
Hey, Stitch.
Hi, Stitch. I mean, I like Usopp's introduction, but there's no, and Sanji's, but there's no denying that they don't walk to fucking Don Krieg's ship. They don't walk to fight what fucking Cat Claws, whatever his name is. That's the name of the kid in the game, and felt like I was having a panic episode. Anyway, they walk to Arlong Park, and that is a moment. If anime has ever had a moment, that was one of them. I'm dead again. I will need to rename this VOD because I don't think we're getting to Owl today. We might. I might get to Owl and beat him in one try after this guy, but
we also might super not.
Yeah, we also might spend our lives doing other things.
And that's
I could spend my life doing a lot of things besides fucking playing Sekiro, but this is the bet I've made. I love how you...
Munchlax and Rapidash.
Oh no! Wait,
Munchlax and Rapidash.
Wait, put it in the Discord. I must see it before I fight. What is a Sekiro? Apparently it fucking Japan really likes their portmanteau, and apparently Sekiro is one-armed wolf. So I'm waiting for Munchlax and Rapidash.
Oh, where do you want it?
Meme production.
Okay.
Iva. He's majestic. It looks like he has like Cheeto dust coming off of him. That's what a very fast Munchlax has eaten a lot of Cheetos. It
ain't easy being cheesy.
You know, if I was into Babymon tournaments, I would absolutely run Munchlax. Because Munchlax, look at him. Look at him.
Oh, you're talking about lookup?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you talking about, huh? Is it how good of a friend you are? Because you are.
No.
Yes.
Cringe.
I am.
Cring even.
Yeah. I had a DeviantArt page. I am cringe. I am one.
How could you do this to our family?
I am one in a trillion. I don't know if I have to refresh the puppet jutsu every now and then, or if he just dies from poison. I could also just be good at the fight. Stealth, when's the last time you watched Happy Feet?
At least a decade, it feels like.
What about Happy Feet?
I don't even know if it's been out that long.
What about Happy Feet 2, Electric Boogaloo?
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I remember them being good movies. They're fun. Oh, existential horror about humans. But what doesn't give you existential horror about humans these days, you know? Pokemon? No.
Sitting at home and not thinking about them.
If Pokemon doesn't give you a kind of existential fear, I don't know what will. Because guess what? We're humans and God is a Pokemon. So what does that say?
Well, I mean, it's sort of canon that humans were at some point Pokemon, or at least Pokemon-like creatures, right?
I mean, so is the only thing that makes people in Pokemon not Pokemon is that their special power. One, they lost the ability to have special powers, I guess, and also two, they were able to figure out how to make a Pokeball before I guess Alakazam could.
Yeah, probably.
I imagine, because everyone takes the Pokedex super literally, which is definitely not a good idea in some instances. But like, I think Alakazam is probably smart in the way like a dolphin is smart. You know, it can do a lot of good puzzles, but it doesn't know how to drive a car. You know what I mean? What's the alien one called?
Behium?
Yeah.
Or
that one.
Algium?
Yeah, both of them. I was just gonna say, those ones I can believe are like superhuman intelligent, because like their whole mythos is that they're not really even Pokemon, they're just kind of aliens that might have just come to Earth and we started treating like Pokemon. So like someone like them I could believe are like superhuman intelligent, but like something like Alakazam, which is apparently a naturally occurring creature, I would imagine is like just good at puzzles more so than, you know, because if it's that smart, why can't it talk? Why does it only know one word stuff?
Hello.
It only knows one word, and it's from the fucking like 1920s. For magic.
It's gonna get sued.
By who? Harry Houdini? He's dead.
Spoons.
Harry Houdini didn't have a 600 IQ, or else he wouldn't have gotten punched in the stomach like that. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am I wrong, folks? What's the deal with this Harry Houdini? He gets punched in the stomach once, and he dies? What's the deal? I beat him.
Don't even get him started on airline food.
Don't even get me started. I am become Seinfeld, destroyer of worlds. Okay. So I'm working with Deja at this pet store that I'm currently training at, right? And whether or not I stay there, they were showing me like crickets because they have crickets to feed like the lizards and stuff like that. And like, you know, they're crickets, so they're not being treated like the pets are. And I was like, Deja, do you think the crickets have a name for you? And I was going to make a joke where it's like the name is Chirp, 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 which is really scary if you're a cricket. But then Deja just says the Destroyer. like nothing else, just the Destroyer. And that made me laugh very hard. You know what's a great animal? The roly-poly. And if anyone calls it a pill bug, go give yourself a wedgie, nerd. They're called roly-polies. I don't know why you'd want them to not be named that. No, no, don't see me. Don't see me. You don't see me. We're not fighting right now.
I don't mean to alarm you, but it looks as though you're fighting right now.
No, I don't want to fight. Well, I took no damage, so we might as well keep on trucking.
Damage.
Moving right along something. Who is this guy? It is me. They're being targeted. Listen, if you don't want to ask for my help, maybe you shouldn't have let them got kidnapped. You salty whore. Papa! There he is, it's Kuro. From One Piece. Yet here you are. But I would. Stealth, would you accompany him?
No.
Why not?
I do not trust.
Is it because he's old?
No, he looks too much like Jiraiya.
And that guy was a pervert.
Yeah, love Jiraiya. He's a legend, and I love his character. I would not follow him anywhere.
Anyway, on any mission.
Yeah, because it's either going to get me arrested or killed.
You said you've seen classic One Piece, right?
Wait, classic?
Classic Dragon Ball. Original.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say Roshi is better than Jiraiya or worse? Because I know nothing about Jiraiya.
I mean, I like Jiraiya better.
Okay, but from a legal standpoint.
Oh!
In terms of who you trust around other loved ones and such.
Honestly, probably Jiraiya would be better.
Damn.
Like, because I don't think there's ever been an instance where he's actually, like, done anything.
What, Roshi or Jiraiya?
Jiraiya.
Okay. I was about to say, because Roshi's done a lot, honestly. Like, more. Granted, he does get sidelined a bit more than some other characters in the later half.
Oh, no, I don't mean, like, combat-wise. I mean, like...
Oh, you mean...
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're gonna leave this conversation behind as I kill this old man.
Yeah. You're the one who asked the question.
I was. I refuse to not kill this old man. Pig, look away. Your brother's gonna die. Your much younger brother. I have not forgotten the Shinobi Code. This is a JoJo monologue. I, Giorno Sekiro, have a dream.
To open up a singular pizza shop.
Just one.
Yeah.
Papa, I killed like a lightning god here. I don't think you want this smoke. Oh, he wants the smoke. Also, I do have the... You know... Sekiro, why don't you just always use the Mortal Blade? Like, well, shouldn't it just one-shot most things? Since it kills immortal people. Just always have it out and always be slashing. ABC, always be slashing. I completely forget his moveset. Well, there was one of his moves. I think I need to Beyblade let it rip. Yeah, definitely. This dick must be obeyed. Papa. I should not have a platform to say things on.
What
But
put
you
yourself
say,
to that.
I know, but you say such good things.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I've completely forgotten this guy's moveset. We're gonna learn today. Listen, if I can beat Owl today, that'll be pretty good progress, honestly. Because even though I felt like the stream has been going longer than it has, you know, we've done stuff. Stealth, have we done stuff?
Yeah.
Did we raise our kids right?
No.
Oh. Oh no. Who raised our kids then?
Juice, which again
Which
is further indication that we didn't do it right.
that is fair. Juice has formed them into a little army and is now going to attack every Starbucks in America. More at 11.
No, it was Chen who did that. He wants all the red cups.
He wants all the boba tea. I could believe Chen would attack a small nation for boba tea. He likes it. You know?
Yeah, and honestly, probably already has.
What, attacked a small nation for it?
Yes. Would it surprise you?
Not as much as it should. I remember that little move. And honestly, I kind of like it. Because it's literally just being like, hey, sidestep here. Like, this is like the other good fight in this game. And you're like, Cahill, the same good fight takes place in the same arena. Basically, at the end of each third of the game. Yes. And that's it. Those are all the good fights. Besides the fish fight. Which I will try and do. Ow, well. He's real good at stabbing me. So, question. In canon, is the basic idea that Wolf dies, but then he just gets back up and keeps fighting? And that...
You're asking me?
I don't know. I'm asking the Void. Who knows? The Vadi Vidya? Get out here. Tell me stuff about this game.
This is like the one Soulsborne that I haven't played.
Would you like to?
No.
Good choice. But if I just set up...
I have no interest in it with its like over-centralization of parrying.
Yeah. Oh, you think that, wouldn't you? You would think you'd have to parry a lot. But...
Is it more just hack and slash?
It's a frustrating combo of both. It is literally my main problem with the game. There is not as much of either as I would kind of like. I either want to always be parrying or always be slashing. Instead of like some bosses asking for one and the other bosses asking for other. I had... Keep slicing my old man. It's not Father's Day anymore. I don't care if I stab you. I have been fucking, like, grinding out bosses, and he is still, like, two-shotting me. Fun game. I'm glad I was rewarded for all my hard work.
Funny game.
Funny game. Oh, he is kind of a glass cannon, though. Okay, credit where credit's due. At least it's an even playing field. Though granted, actually, he can die the same amount as me.
I've inadvertently made my player model invisible in Infinite Fusion.
Sick. So you can go anywhere now, right?
No. Okay. When I went inside a building, I'm back.
You're back.
Yeah.
Was it the fucking Twilight Zone?
Kind of.
What Pokemon would the host of the Twilight Zone have? Stealth.
Probably an
Gengar.
unknown.
Yeah. I feel like he'd have a... What's the final evolution of the Ghost Sword?
Aegislash?
Yeah, Aegislash. He'd probably have one of those. Because it's like a possessed item. So I feel like he'd be real drawn to that. It works thematically. Imagine a world where a man can turn into a sword. That's it. That's it. That's the entire premise of the episode that week. And it's the 60s, so you're only gonna get to watch it once. I was like, what the fuck was that? Deja had informed me, and maybe they'll show me some. I hope I haven't discouraged them from showing me all future episodes, but that new Black Mirror came out, and I don't know if I've said on stream, but I like how Twilight Zone is just fucking whatever, but Black Mirror is just kind of consistently like, isn't technology fucked up? Think before you order a coffee at Starbucks, and that is most episodes. that is all of them.
It's almost like one was just like having fun with a fantastical premise, and the other one is also doing that, but has a clear message.
What, Black Mirror?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I can see that, but at the same time, oh no. But wouldn't you argue that the benefit of a serialized TV show is that you could explore a lot of ideas?
Yeah.
As opposed to just one for like 5 seasons?
Yes.
Then why would I want to explore just one?
I don't... Look, I'm not the one who's doing it, is the thing. You're coming to the wrong person with your issue.
I don't want to explore one. I want to explore the Grand Line and hunt for the One Piece.
Alright! Fucking do it, I'm not gonna stop you.
Climb aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams. Bum bum bum. Together we will find
everything that we're looking for.
One Piece. Dun 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 dun. And then I'm just gonna leave it there.
Yeah, because I don't think either of us are particularly skilled at singing, but let's not risk a copyright strike.
And also let's not also have Discord delay. Fuck us up. Yeah, we're looking for One Piece. Wealth, fame, power. Cahill Comics, a fucking moron, had none of these things. That's it. One Piece, done.
Oh shit, I left the compass behind.
Oh, damn it. Well, it'll only slow you down. Also, Zora doesn't know where the fuck he's going. Some anime bits get old. Zoro not being able to walk in a straight line is not one of them.
Yeah, it's never not funny.
And especially, like, not major spoilers, but at this point in the manga and everything, Zoro is like a guy who you should be massively afraid of if you find out in the world. And yet, he is an incredible standing at the moment. But he cannot find his way down the street.
He can't find his way around the fucking ship.
Yeah. Imagine if you, like, saw the deadliest guy in the world. I don't know who everyone is thinking of, but imagine you found the deadliest man in the world somewhere, and he was asking you for directions because he was absolutely and completely lost. That is currently Zoro in one. I imagine more people would be like...
Do you remember that actually happened before, and how bad it turned out for... What?
Oh, you're right. You're right. But but what I'm saying is, at this point, everyone knows who Zoro is, and like, you know, blah blah blah. Whereas back then, he had a reputation, but now he's like, oh, that's Zoro. Oh no. I feel like most people are
No,
well
he
aware.
wouldn't return with it. He
What?
would he would come back without it.
Yeah. He would be like, well, I have found the One Piece. No sugar though. So the only Zoro.
It's next door.
Do you
Yeah,
think?
well, I found the name of island where the One Piece supposedly is.
Okay, so if you can, I mean, it's supposed to be Laugh Tale, but who knows? Um,
I wasn't gonna say it.
I was. But anyway, well, it's like early on in the series. Even mistranslation, blah blah blah. What was I thinking of?
Beep-a-bop-bo.
So, Stealth, let me ask you something. So,
Yes.
obviously, there is no possible way. Like, it is Katami. I mean, because at the end of the day, I think it is so important to stress that One Piece is a cartoon pirate story. Because One Piece is equally Looney Tunes. And I mean that. I'm not. It's not a metaphor. It is Looney Tunes. As
Yeah,
mentioned.
especially with
Yeah, with Thing.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Especially with July 29th. But anyway, but even before that, I mean, the signs were there, which is why it makes it
Yeah.
such a good story. So if you try and use the most simple logic to get Zoro to go somewhere, he will still get lost. Like even if it's in
Yes.
a straight line. But do you? I mean, theoretically, we've already seen this happen. If I manage to get Zoro to agree to hold my hand, and already most people are jealous of me, and I walk somewhere, do you think I could manage to get Zoro to go somewhere without getting lost? As long as I hold his hand the entire time.
Probably.
Person who
Probably.
person who I will not name did technically manage to do that, though she also wasn't technically there while it was happening. So, which honestly more impressive when you think about it that way, because you know, surprised he still didn't get lost. I am definitely parrying his overhead, but he refuses to respect that. Just like a father not respecting his son.
Oh.
Again, keeping in mind that One Piece is legitimately just Looney Tunes, I think I would turn around at some point and Zoro has left a fake hand in my hand. And I don't know how he got one. He is one of the more serious characters, but he has managed to find a way to leave like a glove in my clenched palm and has wandered off somewhere, probably looking for alcohol.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean,
Sucking over.
at the end of the day, I do think it is legitimately important to stress how big of a selling point that is for One Piece. There are like 5 original Straw Hats and the first arc with, and then a couple more on the way, and you will absolutely adore at least one of them. And it is if not all of them.
I love all of them.
Yes. My least favorite is Sanji, and he is
Even
still,
Sanji.
Yeah.
I even love Sanji.
I Stealth, correct me if okay, we're gonna get into minor spoilers here. There was a point on Okama Island where Sanji was into it, right? Where he was like, I like wigs. Right?
Like half a second.
Yeah. Do you think that's one reason he's so overreactive about it, is because he knows his secret deep down and no one can know, especially not Zoro.
I highly doubt that that's actually the case, but because it's Oda,
That's
but maybe.
I will say, if there is one Straw Hat to get a pass for acting awful, in certain ways, it is Sanji, because spoilers. Wow, backstory. Wow, backstory. So, the most traumatized. So he doesn't get a full pass, but it's like, I'm not gonna despise you forever, because holy shit, my guy. I hope you're doing okay.
Yeah, he had a rough go of it.
Yeah, he had a rough go. So.
But I like I understand like his current position mentally. It's just because like
That is part that not him, but that is like kind of part of it, Walks. And if you want to know more,
yeah.
go read the comic. Just fucking read. Fucking read. I'm begging you. I'm begging you to read. Just in general, honestly.
But yeah, I understand like
Yeah.
Sanji's mentality because like he literally formed his moral system
Around women.
around Zella.
Oh yeah, Zeph, women, everything.
Yeah.
He has like, this is what I'm saying. If there is one Straw Hat who like got so messed up in the head because of the way their past went, it is Sanji. I guarantee you. I remember there was one point where I was reading later into One Piece, and I literally texted Stealth. It is fortunate he is in call, because you are the specific person I texted, and I was like, fucking damn it, I'm crying over Sanji, and he doesn't deserve that. But yeah.
Why not?
I mean, he does deserve it because it happened and it worked. But he's still kind of an ass. Again, minor spoilers, but there is a recent fight in One Piece where Zoro gets back into the action, as he is tend to do, and he starts fighting, these big guys. Big guys, and I love how they did it in the anime, because Sanji literally comes running up from the side, and all I can think is that Sanji is like, I'm not going to let Moss Head fucking outshine me here. I am part of the action again. Mm-hmm. Damn it.
So Marimo.
He's just. You say that, but like it's kind of like how when they started making FF7 R, people were like, "Hey, don't spoil FF7." Where it's like, One Piece is ending now, so I'd argue it is the biggest time to not spoil it for people. Because I mean, how many people have been like, "I'll read One Piece when it's over"? Guess what? You got the clock is legitimately ticking at this point. So I forgot. I think I'm actually gonna call it a day, because like this is just gonna be a stream. It's just gonna be a stream, relearning
the
Owl's moves. Yeah, the owl stream, where it's just gonna be a stream where I have to relearn fucking Owl's moveset and do the damn thing.
Lux, Oda has said that this is the last saga.
Yes,
but sagas can last several arcs, though.
Yes, and Wano was technically one. Wano is technically one saga, and it's also technically one arc. The only thing that splits it up is that Oda, like, very very clearly shows off when it's like Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. But if you don't want to, if you're still just like the acts don't matter, it is one arc. Then Wano, which is like one of the longest mini stories in all of One Piece, is one singular arc. So fun times. But yeah, I'm excited for it. And famously, when Oda was saying it's the last saga, he was also saying, like, oh my gosh, this person fights this person and this person fights this person. And guess what? He was fucking right. Like, I'm not spoiling it any more than he did, but he was right. Because again, if you get into One Piece, you know how many characters and moving parts there are. And in what is apparently the last saga, they are literally all clashing together like a messy, beautiful clock and a messy, beautiful cock. Anyway, I'm gonna end stream and raid someone. So, seeing how long it is. I mean, I don't know. I love talking to Stealth about it. He got me into it, and also, it's fun just theorizing about stuff, because Oda has said he has changed what the One Piece is in the past, and furthermore, One Piece has been much longer than he expected, and I think it's fun, especially with recent developments, to go back and see what like he intended to be the original story, like cut down to the extreme, which some people have done. They pointed out like, okay, so this was definitely always planned, and this one, but then it just got away from him. But I respect the man, so I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all. It's Tuesday, so I'll see you Sunday, and we'll be doing art then, because last art stream didn't happen. So I'll
Larp.
see you then. Bye.